You made it. You're here. This is the 4th through 6th grade leader video for September 4th and 5th. Pretty sure I got the dates right this week. Really paying attention. Here we go. So for service this week, we are going to be doing one more standalone message from a previous series, and that's going to set us up for a new September series that will start next week. But for this week, here's what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be talking about wisdom from the book of Proverbs. And so I know if you're anything like a human being, we could all use more wisdom, right? Maybe just me? No, we're all in that scenario. And so it's imperative that we understand the value of wisdom and communicate the value of wisdom to every generation. And so that's what we're going to be talking about this week, and how we can know what wisdom is, which, just real quickly, a definition that I feel like is a valuable and clear one is that wisdom is applied knowledge, or knowledge in action. And so that's what we're going to be talking about this week. How can we apply what's true and what's right about the world? And it's not just about following the path of Proverbs and knowing exactly where we're going, but it's about knowing that we have a guide, and our guide is God, and He's trustworthy. All right, let's jump into the activity and the small group lesson right now. So for the activity this week, we are going to be doing a game that you may or may not have done before in a group setting. It's kind of common, but it's called the Find the Path activity. And so the goal is to help kids experience and understand the challenge of trying to navigate a path or a direction, and having to do that blindfolded. So anyway, they're gonna have to go from point A to point B. You can disperse your group into two separate groups, so that way they're competing against each other. And so you have a volunteer that's going to be the blindfolded kind of navigator, trying to find the way on the path, and the rest of the group is trying to instruct them and give them directions on how to get to the end of the path without landing or stepping on the obstacles along the way. And so there's a couple different ways that things you'll need to know in order to do this activity. The first thing is you'll need to have space. I'm going to encourage every group to do this as they start their small group time, so that way we're all doing it kind of right around the same time. You can use the hallway, you can use the classroom, but just make sure you have enough space to set up a pathway for them to do the activity. And the second thing is you can make the challenge a little bit more difficult after one or two kids have done it. Maybe spin them around, or have a couple of kids in the group giving them bad instructions, the wrong instructions, and having to try and navigate and figure out who's giving the right instructions and who's giving the wrong instructions. Those are both some fun ways to kind of think about bringing in some new elements to the lesson, and really understanding wisdom in different ways. So that's what the activity will look like. The small group discussion will build on that activity. There's some questions that follow up with the lesson, that follow up with that activity, and redirect the kids to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and depend not on your own understanding, and seek His will in all you do, and He will show you the path to take." And so ideally, we'll just remind kids and continue to focus their attention that the path of Proverbs isn't knowing the exact next step, but it's knowing God, it's understanding who God is, and trusting that He is going to lead us, and He's in control of wherever we're going. And so we can trust Him in those big decisions and in the little decisions as well. All right, that's the lesson for this weekend. I'll see you guys 30 minutes prior to kind of walk through that through our huddle. Wear your Team Kid shirts and come ready to love and care for these kids. All right, I'll see you guys this weekend. Bye.